And interviewing you is a huge step to taking my YouTube to the next level. And I hope that if anybody's watching who doesn't know who I am, I hope that you guys are headed over to subscribe to my YouTube, because another one of my goals is to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. We're currently at 13.4K. I don't know if it'll happen, but that is the goal.
Hey, that's a very attainable goal. I didn't know you had that many, but also go follow your Rumble. I like the concept. I like the way you speak. You're a really good speaker for 15 years old. That's a valuable skill that will take you a lot farther than people know. And I was just saying this in the creativity kick call. The biggest factor that separates successful people from losers is the consistency, is work ethic. More than IQ, more than your circumstances, more than luck. The number one factor that decides people who succeed is work ethic and is consistency. People start YouTube, and this is a reference point because this is what I know. People start YouTube and will quit before they make their third video so often because they expect immediate results, because they want that dopamine hit, because they think that they're just going to blow up for existing. When the people that actually succeed, you might be funnier, or there might be 1,000 people that are funnier, more entertaining, better journalists than you, Tyson. But if they don't work hard, if they aren't consistent, nobody will ever know. A lot of the people that you see on the front page of all these social media platforms, they are just the people that stayed with it. They're the people that decided, I am not going to fail. It's not because talent never wins. Vincent van Gogh didn't succeed until after he died. He was cutting his ear off because nobody was recognizing him. But it's the work ethic. You can outwork somebody. It's hard to really out-talent somebody. And that's the most important thing that they don't really tell you that early on. And that's something that I just realized with time, is that's what separates the winners from the losers. So as long as you are consistent, you have this goal to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you are consistent, if you are work hard, if you're working hard, and if you decide that I'm not going to fail. If you decide now, I refuse to fail. You're 15, Tyson. You decide by 20 years old, I will be successful. You will, as long as you follow the steps every single day. And it's not just about working hard. A lot of times it's working smart. It's analyzing. It's being critical of what you're doing. It's being able to have the right circle that's going to elevate you. There's a lot of these factors, but you need, if you put your feet in all the right, if you're putting yourself in all the right positions, it's impossible to fail. It's really that simple because of how many people just aren't doing the work. Just aren't consistent with it. No matter how talented they are, people get caught in that narcissism so much. Like, I should be successful. I should be because I'm funnier. I met so many stand-up comics that were so funny, and they would never get noted. They would never book shows because they just felt like they deserved it. But the people that are booking shows are the people that networked properly, that talk to the producers, that know the right people. Those are the people that get to be seen. And even if they're extremely funny, that bitterness of I should be on the stage right now, that brings down the funny. The people that are networking properly and speaking to the right people and having the right attitude and going every night, they're going to be funnier on stage because they have a better attitude that night. So even though that person might have better material, that failure, that bitterness will hold them back and even take away their talent. So hard work always beats talent. That's a very important thing to remember. Do you work hard, Tyson?
Yeah, I would say so. I find oftentimes I'm worried I'm not working hard enough, and I'm not sure if you could relate to this, but I find, like, I heard some quote somewhere, lazy people think that they're working super hard, and non-lazy people are worried that they're not working hard enough. And sometimes I'll worry that maybe I'm not putting it all in, and that just adds to the motivation to keep going. And I like what you said about how if you have the proper work ethic, it's impossible to fail. Because a lot of people tell me, like, why don't you have a backup plan? Do good in school just so you have this backup plan. Like, what if it doesn't work out? And I understand that these people who say this to me are trying to look out for me. They got my best interest in mind, but they just maybe necessarily don't see the vision. Because the way I see it, if I just keep going at this, I don't see myself failing at this. I can never see my YouTube channel flopping, as long as I just keep, like you said, with the work ethic, keep going at it. Honestly, I think a backup plan is almost a bit of a distraction. It's almost a bit of a pillow. Honestly, I kind of like the uncertainty of not having a backup plan because that just inspires me more to go for plan A instead of having a fallback. What do you think about backup plans?
I completely agree. This is not. I think the world isn't ready for that type of information because of how many people will fail and then blame you for saying that.
Mhm.
But I put myself in a position when I dropped out of school, I didn't have any backup option. Like I told myself it's either this or nothing, and that type of pressure makes diamonds. Sometimes, in order for you to get to that next step, you need to put your pressure on yourself so that you have no other option but to climb out of that situation. A lot of people put off their dreams because they're comfortable in that situation and they have no pressure. I have one of my closest friends, we'll name drop him, Cass. I used to be roommates with him back in New York, and he's a really funny guy. Arguably, like I would say, he's like funnier than me. But as soon as I moved to Miami, he stopped uploading videos. He works a job. I mean, he'll say this like he doesn't really like his job, but it's comfortable, and so he has no real reason to continue YouTube or continue to do something that he actually wants to do because it's fine. Like this job is okay. I work and then I go home and it's okay because he has that safety net. He's not going to put himself in a situation where he has to succeed. So I see guys like that all the time. It's like, man, you should be in my situation, but you're too comfortable. So I think it is. I think having that mindset, I mean, it worked for me. If you put pressure on yourself and if you force yourself to succeed, you will.